Iron Man 51, we did it! I'm Brian. It's no milestone, I'm just excited. I'm Brian.
I'm Richard.
And this is I Love You 3000 Minutes, the podcast that time traveled back using all 6 Infinity Stones. We were worthy enough, we picked up Thor's hammer and returned it to that Dark World Thor who hadn't had his mother die yet. Just so we could rewatch the entire Infinity Saga from Iron Man 1 to Spider-Man Far From Home, one marvelous minute at a time. Got a Marvel shirt with Baby Groot. Fun little detail. I like messing with my daughter by saying that Baby Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 doesn't say I am Groot. He says, "Mi amo Groot," and it pisses her off so much. but besides that, I gotta say, before we get into the breakdown, the "What's Operation" line, which we all thought was just super funny. Like, how do you not know about Operation? Had to have been our biggest clue to who Gwyneth Paltrow is as a person. With Goop, with all this, like, mystic uterus stones and space stickers to cure your what's about it, and you have to have every day your personal fishmonger bring you fresh fish. Rewatching this minute, I was just like, oh shit, they said Operation, and she probably read that in the script and was like, what's Operation? But
I mean, it was probably also in the script.
Maybe. I mean, most of this movie is improvised. Like, they kept revising it day to day. Yeah. Jeff Bridges' character was not going to die. Spoilers! How did I know that? Yeah.
Also, I didn't know she did anything with space stickers.
Just look up Goop. It's... Yikes. What happened in this minute, Richard?
Well, Tony's trying to convince Pepper to reach in there. She's very resistant.
Reach in where? Because
the giant cavity in the beneath the sternum, or
right. Because in case people hadn't gone to the Instagram at I Love You 3000 Minutes to watch the minute, they may have not known where you were saying she was reaching.
And so he convinces her, and then she stops and she's like, maybe I'm not qualified. And he's like, no, I trust you. You're the most trustworthy person I know. You'll be great. He really just doesn't want to wait for another helper.
I mean, he could die. That moment I really did like, because part of it was, no, you are the person I trust to do this. But then after she's like, all right, fine. Then you saw this, like, little stress relief come to the surface. Like, I really had to ask that? This is a really fucking important thing. I could go into a cardiac arrest. Like, I had to convince you to... Please just help me not die right now.
You would have thought he could make a robotic arm to reach in there.
I mean, he's got that helper, but we'll see later how helpful that helper arm is.
Might explain it.
You are a travesty.
So... he convinces her, telling her she's the most trustworthy person he knows and she's going to do great. Kind of almost father-like in a way. You'll be great, honey. You'll be fine. So,
ooh, that's considering where their relationship goes.
That's where their relationship goes. That right now, that doesn't need
Daddy issues?
No. That's not what I was referring to.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Look, Barry and Iris were raised as brother and sister. It's creepy that they kissed. I never actually personally cared, but a lot of people said it.
Barry and Iris?
The Flash.
Okay. What'd that have to do with it?
References.
This just now?
Because like that, they were raised as brother and sister, even though they're not related, kind of, and then they fall in love later, which people are like, that's kind of weird. So if he was giving her the father treatment and then later they started dating, that'd be kind of weird.
I don't think it was a father treatment. It was just an affectionate treatment that happened to be male to female, and it sounded kind of father. You'll be great. Really encouraging. Yeah. Really encouraging, so.
Look, if that soccer ball hits you in the face again, we'll get you another nose job. It's fine. You just be the best goalie you can.
And she goes through with it. She reaches her hand in there, and she thinks it's pus. She's like, oh my god, there's pus.
Almost immediately.
Yes. And then Tony's like, no, it's not pus. It's
a plasmic discharge.
No.
It's made by the machine.
Yes.
Not part of my body.
There was a third word in there. It wasn't just a plasmic discharge.
It's not pus.
It's an inorganic
plasmic discharge from the device, not from my body.
Yes, exactly. So he lets her know that. Doesn't seem to make it better for her because she's still grossed out. And he asks her, do you have the copper wire? She's like, yeah, I found it. She starts to reach up and pull it out.
And then she fails at operation.
It looks like she fails at operation. That's what this is.
That's what I was talking about.
He's like, don't touch the sides. That's what happens. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we went with the minute. And again, you even saw like that fake prosthetic chest thing that I had talked about in the last minute, like breathe and move and wiggle, and that's just, you know, because they have layers to push against his chest, so if he does enough, then it'll show up.
It's not hard to replicate the breathing either, just some pulsating air.
Or just make sure that he's like leaning his chest forward, or actually if it's fully flush against his chest, you know, if they fill it up with foam and he, not foam, but something more solid, if he breathes, then it'll breathe.
Right.
But yeah, we get that, and it's pretty much a two-shot for the most part. She had just discarded the old one. He's got certain medical monitors taped to his chest, and we see those stats in the background, especially around the
like
40-second mark. There's vitals on the computer behind. And then there's that arm thing that's a travesty that's giving the light, as you pointed out, which I never noticed. So, bravo. And
let's see what happens to the vitals at the very end here when she apparently fails operation.
All right, let's see if this is just a running thing or if they actually did CGI in the background. Oh, yeah, it does. Right when he does it, it goes away mid, like it's 3/4 of the way through, showing as a normal
wave.
Hospital thing. Yeah, wave. And it just goes up. There's red lights that spark, and it starts bringing up like a red version. Is that a red version of the wave near the end?
No, that's not the wave. That's just a warning screen. It's like, yo, something's messed up.
Yeah, it flashes across. It looks like there's possibly a little arc reactor in the bottom right-hand corner. This is near the end of the minute, at around the 58-second mark that this happened. But
if I were to ever make a system like that, I would have the warning go, you fucked up. You fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
What was it? You were asking like the whitest kids you know because a friend's birthday was coming up or something? Or your friend liked whitest kids you know? And I showed him the Abraham Lincoln vampire sketch, which is the first one I ever saw. And basically Lincoln's being a loud ass during a vampire Hamlet or Othello. It was Hamlet and Othello?
They said it was Hamlet, but it was the lines they were saying were Othello.
Yeah, so...
And it's an alternate revisioning, I guess you could say that, of how and why Abraham Lincoln was killed. And he was basically killed because he was a loud jerk.
Yeah, the play goes on, and he goes, you should look it up for yourself. But he starts going, hey, Hamlet! Hamlet, there's a vampire behind you! Watch out! And someone just goes, shut up, please! But nicer. And he's just like, please stop talking during the play. And the president... Lincoln does not oblige. And my favorite line is, where you going, skinny? Where you going, you fat motherfucker? Or you fat piece of shit? But yeah, what he was referencing is once Lincoln saw the person in the audience, he goes, now you fucked up! Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up! You have fucked up now! Now you fucked up! And that's enough swearing for this episode.
He made sure to speed it up for the sake of the podcast, but he does that for like 10 or 15 seconds.
It's glorious.
It is pretty good.
It is. And speaking of glorious, if you pledge even $1 to the Patreon, I will send you stickers. Here are a bunch of Iron Man stickers, but there's a bunch of Avengers stickers, and I'll just send them to you. You just put your address in there, say which Marvel character you prefer, and if I've got them, I'm sending a nice little handful your way. So natural that I just added that in. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in the background. What's this? What do you think that is? At the 39-second mark over Tony's left shoulder.
Those look like optics that you look into. That thing looks like something that suspends things, so maybe that's a
microscope.
A microscope that peers into something that gets suspended. I don't know.
That is it for minute 51. We saw our first warning of what Gwyneth Paltrow would reveal herself to be. Very sheltered, very... Oh man, she's got a lot of yes women around her. Just...
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, come on. You
seems
can't.
That way.
I understand how a Jake Paul is made more than I understand how a goop running Gwyneth Paltrow is made. Like... One is just like pushing your head in the sand so deep no one can see your ankles. And the other is putting your head in the sand and just being a douche. I understand ignorance and douchery. I don't understand so much ignorance. Like I said, if you put your head in the sand, we couldn't even see your ankles.
where she's like, I've invented a new medical treatment for your vagina. It hasn't been vetted by anybody.
It's a sticker. All right.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, both are bad.
You know what? She's still a superb actress. Just saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing. You can rest now. And then when he passes away, her... Oh, my gosh. Her as an actress... Mwah! Goop. Cut. Wait, what is it? Cut it out. I don't know what I'm referencing. I reference so much I don't even know.
You're gonna think of it and you're gonna probably insert it there.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
If you know what I was referencing, cut it. I don't even know if the middle one is right, but I know the first and third are right. Cut it out. Please tell me for my sanity. Anyway, that was minute 51. If you're listening on audio, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Seriously, we're gonna be eating bites of New York style pizza with the bomb on it, and other co-hosts from the other podcasts have ensured that we'll definitely be doing it. I was even FaceTiming with Christian, who does the Bond Minute Bond one, and Richard was on, and I said, Christian, Richard does not want you to put a review on the podcast so that he has to eat more Da Bomb. And he said, I will not do that. And I saw his review yesterday. If you're watching on video, do that as well. But also like, subscribe, and check out the other podcasts. And what else is there? Oh, yeah. Go on Instagram and watch the minutes with us at I Love You 3000 Minutes. It's great.
I'm Richard.
I'm Brian.
You've got an army.
We've got a podcast.